Hello crafters and welcome back to the ScrapbookPal YouTube channel. My name is Deepa from DeeZinesByD and today I am sharing this fun card made using the City Holiday collection from Janis Makula at from Spellbinders here. So these are all of the products that we have. Now you'll notice these are add-on dies. So we have the everyday windows, curtains, and flower boxes, and then there's the everyday awnings set. So these are the two sets and they're meant to be used with the City Holiday set here. So I do recommend if you don't have the City Holiday set, go ahead and grab that and use that with these add-ons. And there's also the Welcome Home Sentiment set here, which is a better press set, which you can also foil or letterpress if you have the letterpress system. Now, you will notice there are components from the City Holiday set that you don't get in these. So it is strictly an add-on, like the larger windows, the front door, you get the dog and the cat. All of that works together. So I do want to emphasize that you need that City Holiday set in order to use the add-ons. So I'm first of all going to go ahead and cut everything out. I've got some yellow for my windows, and you'll notice that these are rectangle windows. In the set for the City Holiday set, they are curved, like rounded top windows. And the awnings that you get in the add-on set here has a version of the square top and the round top to use on either of those windows. I went ahead and I cut everything out of all the different colors of cardstock that I wanted. I've got like a peachy, orange colored and purple theme going on here. For my sentiment, I want to kind of have something to choose from. So I've gone ahead and I foiled a bunch of these in some silver foil here. And I'm going to go ahead and foil those and cut those out using the coordinating dies. So as you can imagine, this collection, it's a lot of die cutting, which you may find therapeutic. I like to get all the cutting over with and then do the assembly, which is, I think, the fun part. So I am going to do a different rendition of the awnings here. Now, normally this is what you do. You add the top layer onto the bottom, but I'm going to cut off that little frilly bit at the bottom. And I'm just using scissors. There is an embossed line there on the smaller awning. And then all you have to do is put it on top of another colored die cut that cuts the full awning out. And then you get a nice little lip at the bottom. That's a different color. I'm using the purple here. You could use whichever color you like. That way you get a three-tone awning versus the two. And I think that it has like a really fun effect to it. It gives you another rendition of the awning, which allows you to create more unique cards. And I just think it's really fun. I like having the metallic cardstock with the silver. You could use gold. And then having the color, like a little pop of the color coming out from the bottom. Now for the larger awning, I'm using my guillotine cutter here to cut that because it's just going to be harder to get a straight line with scissors. This did it really well. I do recommend, as you saw, like I really just popped that guillotine down there. Make sure you don't cut yourself. That gives you the nice straight line, especially because you're cutting off like a tiny bit. It could kind of fray. So when you cut it really sharply like that, you give it like a pat down, it gives you a nice straight edge there, so you're not going to have any issues. If you cut it slowly, it's not going to cut properly. So give it a try, trial and error, and see what works best for you. I've gone ahead and I put all of the awnings together in the same fashion. I did 2 of the larger ones and 4 of the smaller ones because I'm going to change up my windows a little bit. And that's the fun with this set, is you could use all of the windows in the way that it shows you on the packaging. You could use some of the smaller, some of the larger. You could cut some of the windows out and maybe put a sentiment there instead. There's so many things you could do just by changing the composition of all of the different little die cuts that you get in this. Now I'm going ahead and putting the windows together. I have added the curtains and then the window frame on top. For the flowers, I have cut them out of like a peachy orange cardstock, but I wanted to add just a little bit more orange to it to have like a two-tone going on. So I'm using my Copic in YR65. This is called Atoll. And it's just going to give like a little orangey color to some of those roses and to some of those, I guess it'd be like not tulips. I don't know. They're a different type of flower. There's 2 types of flowers in this set. You get roses and those like pointy ones. And for the door, there are these little rectangles. I think these are actually supposed to be the bricks, the little bricks that you can put on the building, but I decided to use them as like the embossed part of the front door, which, I mean, you don't have to do, but I always like to change things up and use things differently in the sets that I have. I hope it gives you some ideas. Maybe you like it and you want to use it, and if you don't have to. So I've gone ahead and I've cut out the building out of some light purple cardstock. I've got a card panel, which is A2 sized, so 5.5 by 4.25. And I'm going to attach the building using some craft foam here to give it a little bit of lift. I did add that greenery in the background there, which is from the City Holiday set, which is actually supposed to be the snow in that set since it is made for Christmas. However, I've used it as grass, so you could use it for summer cards too, where you want a mound of grass instead of a mound of snow behind your building. Now I've gone ahead and I added that little detail to the top of the building, and I'm going to just start putting my windows on here. So I have the larger window in the bottom left, which is according to the packaging design where it's supposed to go. And you'll also see the embossed lines on that building. Now, you have the rounded lines for the rounded windows embossed on there, but if you just follow the line for the bottom of the windowsill, you can line all of these up perfectly as well. So that's all I did, is line up the bottom of the windowsill. Now for the larger window on the top there, I kind of just had to eyeball it. And it does kind of fit in the left and right edges of the left window and then the right edge of the right window, or the window that's in the center. That should be in the center because it's supposed to be two small windows at the top. But so I decided to put the bigger window there just for some fun. I did that because I was going to put a second sentiment on here, which you could do, but in the end I decided not to do that. So it's really up to you. I'm going ahead, I'm adding the door, the frame, and then the little step at the bottom of the door. And then I just have to add the last couple windows here. And you'll notice I use different curtains. So there's different types of curtains in the set here. You have like the rounded at the top that kind of have a tie in the middle. You've got like the straight ones. You've got just like the valance at the top. So you could use any of those in any different combinations in order just to make your building look unique. Now I'm figuring out what sentiments I want to use here. As I mentioned, I was thinking about putting a second sentiment at the top there, especially the smaller ones, but I decided in the end not to. I added the rectangle, the long rectangle piece for the, I guess the flower boxes at the bottom there, but I did this wrong. So I did end up kind of wasting one of these. I had to kind of put another one on top. So what you want to do is put the greenery, the grass in at the bottom, and then put the flower box on top, not the other way around like I did. And now I'm just adding the little flower bits that go on the top of these grassy or pointy leaved flowers. So I'm adding just mainly that second version of flowers here. On the top window, I'm going to add a mix, and you could always do that too. So that's another idea. You don't have to stick with one kind of flower in your flower box, right? Just like we do at home, right? We got to do the same thing on our cards. So now I'm going to start adding my awnings here. I've got the larger awning. I'm adding some foam squares. I added 3 small foam squares, and I'm just going to attach this at the top here. Now the foam squares give it a little bit of dimension. It pops it off the card a little bit, makes it just look a little bit more realistic in 3D. And I really like how that little lip of purple underneath looks so pretty. Now, if I were to do this again, I might make that purple like a darker purple so it stands out a little more on the background of the light purple that we already have on the building and the background of the card. I'm going to go ahead and just start attaching all of the awnings in the same fashion. For the smaller awnings, I'm just going to add 1 foam square, and I'll try to line this up as much as possible. I think that's the hardest part, is trying to get all of the awnings and the windows all straight and lined up. I like to eyeball it. Like I said, there are the embossed lines in the building that you can use as a guide, but I hate using rulers. But if you want to make sure it's all straight, go ahead and use your ruler, line all the windowsills up, line all the awnings up. It's up to you. It does get a little trickier as you start adding more and more of the die cuts, because you have more things kind of going on your card that could kind of tug on the ruler there. But I think all in all, it looks pretty decent. I could have straightened up the awnings a little bit if you really want to be nitpicky, but I think in the end, no one really notices. And because you just use 1 foam square, you can kind of twist it a bit to get it to the right angle to make sure it's straight. So that's how everything tends to look there. Before I add the rest of the flower boxes, I'm just going to go ahead and add my glue to all of these. I think The only one I don't add a flower box on is the one at the very top, that larger window. And I think that's just because I doubled up the flower box on the bottom window because I made that mistake of attaching the box first instead of adding the greenery first. And I didn't want to cut out another one, but you could do that. So I've gone ahead and I've added all of the flowers in the flower boxes. I added that little cat down there on the doorstep, and now I'm going to attach this entire panel to the card base, which is a side folding A2 sized white card base. And now is the fun part, or the blingy part. I'm going to go ahead and grab some Spellbinders gems here. And these ones are the peach blush, I think. And they have like a peachy, yellowy tone to it. I think they're more peachy. It kind of goes with the flowers that we have. I'm going to put those around there where I think I want them. And that's pretty much my card here. So I hope that all the different little renditions of doing things a little differently spark your interest, and you might want to use them on your cards yourself. Everything used is linked in the description down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I hope to see you guys next time for some more card inspiration. Have a great day, guys. Bye.